Hello, and welcome to my channel. I am Vivi Kachi, and today I am actually trying something new where I record the audio of reading the books separately from my crocheting. I feel like I might actually be able to do both a little bit better if they are done separately as opposed to concurrently. I will be reading another Grimm's fairy tale. This one is titled The Wolf and the Seven Little Goats. Again, this is from the Wordsworth Edition and translated by Lucy Crane. There once was an old goat who had 7 little ones, and was fond of them as ever a mother was of her children. One day she had to go into the wood to fetch food for them, so she called them all around her. "Dear children," said she, "I am going out into the wood, and while I am gone, be on your guard against the wolf, for if he were once to get inside, he would eat you up, skin, bones, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but he may always be known by his hoarse voice and black paws." "Dear mother," answered the kids, "you need not be afraid. We will take good care of ourselves." And the mother bleated good-bye and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone came knocking at the house door and crying out, "Open the door, my dear children, your mother is back, and has brought each of you something." But the little goats knew it was the wolf by the hoarse voice. "We will not open the door," they cried. "You are not our mother. She has a delicate and sweet voice, and your voice is hoarse. You must be the wolf." Then they went off. Then off went the wolf to a shop and bought a big lump of chalk and ate it to make his voice soft. Then he came back and knocked at the house door and cried, "Open the door, my dear children. Your mother is here, and has brought each of you something." But the wolf had his black paws against the window, and the kids, seeing this, cried out, "We will not open the door. Our mother has no black paws like you. You must be the wolf." The wolf then ran to a baker. "Baker," said he, "I am hurt in the foot. Pray spread some dough over the place." And the baker had plastered his feet. He ran to the miller. "Miller," said he, "strew some white meal over my paws." But the miller refused, thinking the wolf must be meaning to harm someone. "If you don't do it," cried the wolf, "I'll eat you up." And the miller was afraid, and did as he was told. And that shows what men are. And now came the rogue the third time to the door, and knocked. "Open, children," said he. "Your dear mother has come home, and brought each of you something from the wood." "First show us your paws," said the kids, "so that we may know that you are really our mother or not." And he put his paws against the window, and when they saw that they were white, all seemed right, and they opened the door. When he was inside, they saw it was the wolf, and they were terrified and tried to hide themselves. One ran under the table, the second got into the bed, the third into the oven, the fourth in the kitchen, the fifth in the cupboard, the sixth under the sink, and the seventh in the clock case. But the wolf found them all, and gave them short shrift. One after the other he swallowed down, all but the youngest, who hid in the clock case. And so the wolf, having got what he wanted, strolled forth into the green meadows, and laying himself down under a tree, he fell asleep. Not long after, the goat came back from the woods, and oh, what a sight met her eyes! The door was standing wide open, tables, chairs, stools all thrown about, dishes broken, quilts and pillows torn off the bed. She sought her children. They were nowhere to be found. She called to each of them by name, but nobody answered until she came to the name of the youngest. "Here I am, mother," a little voice cried, "here in the clock case." And so she helped him out, and heard how the wolf had come and eaten all the rest. And you may think how she cried for the loss of her children. At last, in her grief, she wandered out of doors, and the youngest kid with her, and when they came into the meadow, there they saw the wolf lying under a tree, and snoring so that all the branches shook. The mother goat looked at him carefully on all sides, and noticing how something inside his body was moving and struggling. "Dear me," she thought, "can it be my poor children he devoured for this evening meal are still alive?" And she sent the little kid back into the house for a pair of shears and needle and thread. She cut open the wolf's belly, and no sooner had she made one snip than out came the head of one of the kids, and then another snip, and then another after the other of the 6 little kids all jumped out alive and well, for in his greediness the rogue had swallowed them down whole. How delightful this was! So they had comforted their dear mother and hopped about like tailors on a wedding. "Now fetch me some good hard stones, and we will fill his body with them as he lies asleep." And so they fetched some all in haste, and put them inside of the wolf, and the mother sewed them so quickly again he was none the wiser. When the wolf at last awoke, he got up, and the stones inside of him made him feel very thirsty, and as he was going to the brook to drink, they struck and rattled against one another, so he cried out, "What is this feeling inside of me, knocking hard against my bones? How could such a thing betide me? They were kids, and now they're stones." So he came to the brook and stooped to drink, but the heavy stones weighed him down, so he fell over into the water and was drowned. And when the little kids saw this, they came up running. "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" they cried, and taking hands they danced with their mother all about the place. The end. I hope that you enjoyed that story. It is another one of my favorites of the Grimm brothers. And I also hope that this format of video making works out for the better. If you preferred the old format, please make your opinion known in the comments below. And if you offer any constructive criticism, I will take that in mind. Again, thank you for stopping by and watching this, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a lovely day.